Okay, good morning. It is March 15th, about 5 after 7 a.m. Pacific time. Taking a look at what happened overnight in the 10-year. Looks like we kind of went sideways between 20 half and let's see, 26 even. So that's right in here. And then right around just after 6 o'clock, I take that back. It's right at pit open. This thing just bolted higher. And we're finally getting some resistance here at like 0.3. It's kind of gone a little bit sideways in this area ever since. You got some pretty good size absorption here. The buyers seem to be picking up all the selling that's happening. As far as the calendar, we had one major announcement this morning, which was Michigan consumer sentiment, and it was a slight beat. Expected was 95. It came in at 97.8. There was also, let's see, manufacturing production and New York Empire State Manufacturing Index. So the index was estimated at 10. It came in at 3.7, so that's not really good. And the manufacturing production month over month was estimated at 0.3%, came in at negative 4%. So that's the data that you have affecting the market this morning. As far as areas of interest for me, it's either going to be right here at the pit high. It's pretty much going to be it at this point, I think. There was a bit of a shelf starting to develop here, but that looks to be kind of starting to be filled in a little bit. So not too jazzed about getting involved in the middle of the range. So until we pop down to support, which could be 32, this might be considered support. Or we get back down to basically 26 even. Not really interested in getting involved. It seems like all three products, or four products, are all moving together, which is good. They're all at the high of the range. So nothing alarming there. Not a ton of volatility. Thus far. You could see what the equities have been open for almost 40 minutes. This is the range thus far. Only about 7 points. Going to keep an eye on this level actually here. It's a pretty good sized number. Let's see if we get a retest of it and what happens. It's not uncommon for 10-year just to basically shoot up and establish a whole nother level, and they just sort of grind in that or even go higher. I guess my point is that just because it shot up this big, you see this big range, that it's not necessarily going to trade all the way back down in this range. That it could be establishing another level. But that's all I got for the moment. I'm going to just let the tape run. Keep an eye on things. If I see something I like, I'll maybe put the headphone back on and chat with you a little bit more. But for now, that's all I got. Looks like all that absorption at 0.1 even held up. Buyers push this thing up higher, so I'm looking for to fade it 0.3 even or somewhere in this area, with targets being down here. This is what you want to see. A little back and forth, push back. It's a pretty good size, came through in the 5-year. They pushed it down 2 ticks, 3 ticks off the high. So we got filled, still offer at 0.3. Move that stop loss down just in case we get run over. .30 are still pushing the highs. Come on, drop back in. Let's go. Five-year drop went offer at 0.4. This bid's pulling off. .30 are still pushing the highs. Don't like that. Okay, good. Beef up this offer. .30 selling down. Come on, boys. Not too sure how much it matters, but that's what you want to see right here, the 10-year. When you're short, is both these numbers getting bigger at the same time. $900 down, and that just pulled off quite a bit. It was at 5,000. Ooh. Another 1,000 down. Couldn't quite take it out. Only about 600 in the queue for the first contract off. What we don't want to see is the ES drop back into the lows, because I think that will give buyers an excuse to start bidding this back up. That offer's starting to soften over here. So that just dropped back in on not even 600 contracts, so buyers just pulled off. It's just a second chance selling opportunity. Here we go, another chance to sell it. So that drops in immediately. This pulls off about 2,000. $3,000 on offer. That's exactly what you want to see. It's one contract. Should get this guy. 1,200. Perfect. Getting some pushback here already. Just for now, I'll leave that right at break even. I'm tempted to manage this, to take this target off and manage this trade with the stop loss, just moving it down. Just in case they get through this level, because it's we'll see how things shake out right in here, but because there's quite a bit that this thing could travel if it does get down. Yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll risk breaking even on my last contract for the opportunity for a few more ticks. $30 years back at the point of control, as is the 5-year. Seems like obviously prices have stalled out quite a bit, but it looks like what happens over here might be determined by what happens over here. So we might get a couple, maybe another tick if the ES pushes the highs. And maybe we can pop this pressure point here, this previous absorption level, if the ES manages to get through the highs. If it falls back into the lows, we're likely to get this to trade all the way back up. Since that's the case, I might not let this just trade all the way back to me, which it looks like it's already doing. So then the next trade would be the exact same trade that we just looked at. So it looks like sellers are already pushing back at this level again. So I'm going to be very particular of my entry on a short here. I only like it at 03 or 03 half. I don't like it down here, because I'm wrong at 04. That's full 3 tick stop out. So ES is pushing the lows, so we're back at the highs here. Yeah, and the sellers are already responding. This offer didn't pull off at all. So it might be that my only entry would be at 02 half. So I'd have to cut my contract size or my lot size, excuse me, in half. So we'll go in at a 2 lot here. Actually, I'm gonna wait, I think. Good size across the board. Something tells me the ES is going to have another leg down. Let's keep an eye on this offer here. Yeah, it's staying pretty stacked. So we only have a 2 lot on this one. We're wrong at 04. We're looking for this to trade back down to the bottom of this range. Well, we are at no risk on this trade any further. I was kind of hoping that, obviously that sweep didn't happen just now. It's 30 gears back down to where it was trading before, but I got swept out of one contract. That was a pretty good drop in. 3,800 down, 23 up on the offer. Kind of wish now that I hadn't staggered my stops, but that's okay, I guess. Just trying to lock in those profits. Starting to get a little bit of a shelf developing here at 09 and the 30. 03 half in the 5-year, and then obviously here the point of control at 01 half. Might be why we can't get a push lower. Here we go. Got the fill. Okay, I think I'm done for today. So just to recap, came in, identified our levels that we wanted to participate, stayed patient, engaged at those levels, and I'm really happy with the process, and that's all you can ask for. So I'm moving on to do other stuff today. Although I could buy this level, but I think I'm got an hour of screen time in. It's Friday, it's going to get really, really slow. I mean, a lot slower than it already is, very quickly. I got a couple of, I'm in the green on a couple trades, so I'm just going to call it a day and, like I said, do other things. So have a good weekend, y'all.